Uncle started watching TV. Our home is like watching. Who the can give to mom?
Guys, this is the part one of the try to be perfect girl. I kind of recorded, I did some, but the recording is like gone. So like, do you have to manage with this? Cause like I don't care. Okay. I need to clean homework. After I clean the entire house, there's no more I can do. I need to finish my homework so I can be ahead. Wait, which is my bag? Oh, it is this. Just need to complete some stuff in math.
Grow. Big boy now.
I have to complete some homework and I just need to okay, just whatever. Friend is your big brother. I just need to do some math and that's what I need to do.
He doesn't call you.
Yes, it's because I accidentally called her that time. It's okay. Okay. So yeah, this is so easy. I don't even know how people are struggling with this. And all done. Something gonna eat. Stop!
Leave it now! So you even said it to her. Jesus.
Stop!
Yeah, give me the laptop now. Give me now.
Only one stop. That's not.
Take.
Don't delete it.
Put those down.
That's my only one. It's the only
How
good
dare you.
memory.
This one.
Where are you? Did you find out to come out? Come here now.
No,
I'll stab you.
Don't care what.
No. You're holding my eyebrow without the case.
Nonsense. I even say something. I said, let me test it. Let me check it and see what is inside. I just see. Papa Maji, how are you? Where are you? Gringa. Gringa. Go. Thank God I deleted it. You can't have anywhere.
Completely oblivious. Brenda's watching with a satisfied smirk. You really think this is okay? I asked Victoria quietly. She's just old-fashioned, Victoria. Maybe we can talk to her later.
2 hours. Okay. 2 hours later.
I got upset that my sister's fiance pulled me aside
still-
and patted me down at their wedding. My sister Jenna's always been the responsible one while I'm the family screw-up. Got arrested twice in high school for
Still
stupid stuff. Nothing
6.
serious, but it was enough to make
Or
everyone think I'm some
whatever,
kind
I'm
of
just gonna
troublemaker. So when
eat.
Jenna got engaged to Brett, this guy who works in finance and wears polo shirts unironically, I knew he wasn't my biggest fan. He'd give me these looks at family dinners like I was gonna steal the
Okay.
silverware or something. But whatever, Jenna was happy, so I kept my mouth shut. The
So
wedding
I'm
was at
just
this
gonna
fancy
go
country club,
downstairs
the
and
kind
do
of
what
place
I
where they
want.
charge $20
Once
for
I
a sandwich.
finish
I
picking
showed
up
up in
my
my one
backpack.
decent suit, ready to be the perfect
When I
brother for one
finish
day.
picking my
I even left my
backpack,
phone in
like
the car
it
so I wouldn't be
just see
tempted to
like
scroll
yeah.
around the phone. Everything was going fine until about an hour before the ceremony started. I was standing around with the other groomsmen trying to make small talk. Brett walks up to me with this serious look on his face. Hey man, can I talk to you for a second? He says, all casual. I figured he wanted to thank me for something or maybe give me some last minute instructions about the reception. So I follow him to this little side room near the chapel. That's when things got weird. Look, I need you to know that today is really
Go
important to
downstairs
Jenna,
and
he
just
starts. And we
eat.
can't have any incidents. I'm confused
So
as hell. What
hungry.
kind of incidents? Well,
Can't
your
lie.
history speaks for itself, he says, crossing his arms. I know about the
I
arrests, the
folded
drinking, all of
mom's
it. So I'm gonna need to
clothes.
check that you're not carrying anything that could ruin this day.
And this
Before I
is
can even process
part
what
of
he's
a
saying, this guy
quadruplet.
literally starts patting me down, like
And
full
the
airport
second
security style.
oldest.
Hands on my chest, checking my jacket.
And
It's running his
Nathan
fingers
is
along
the
my
first
waistband. I'm so
oldest.
shocked, I just stand there like an idiot. He finds my wallet, opens it up, and starts going through it. Counts my cash, looks at my cards, even
So whatever.
what the hell are you doing? I finally managed to say. Making sure you didn't bring any drugs or alcohol, he says, completely serious. Jenna told me about your past, and I'm not taking any chances. Then he starts checking my cash. This grown man in his wedding tux is literally frisking me like I'm some kind of
I'm
criminal.
so hungry right now.
Examines
What do
them
we
like
have
they're
in the
suspicious, then
fridge?
hands them back. Lift up your shirt, he says. Are you insane? I ask. Just do
Oh,
it. I need to make sure you're not hiding a flask or anything. I'm standing
I'm,
there in
I'm
disbelief.
gonna make
This is my
an
sister's
entire
wedding day, and her
family meal
fiancé
for
is
my
treating me like
family.
I'm about to rob the
I'm not
place.
gonna use
But I
the
lift up my
stove
shirt
because I'm
anyway because I don't want to cause a
too
scene. He actually
lazy.
checks my socks, my freaking socks, like I'm gonna smuggle cocaine in my dress socks or something. When he's finally done, he straightens his tie and
Yeah,
goes,
I'm just
"Okay,
gonna
you're
do
clean, but
that
I'll be watching you all night.
to
One
cook
wrong
it.
move and you're out of here." I wanted to punch him right in his stupid face, but I kept thinking
Just,
about Jenna. This was supposed to be the happiest day of her
just,
life, and I wasn't gonna be the one to ruin it. The ceremony was torture. Every time I
just,
looked at Brett, I got
And
angry all over again.
just,
During the reception, he kept
yeah.
giving me these looks from across the room, like he was waiting for me to do something wrong. I barely drank it, barely talked to anyone. I just sat there thinking about how this is in the world. 3 days
Okay,
later,
I'm
Jenna
just
calls
gonna
me
put
crying.
this
Turns
thing
out Brett had been going through her
together.
phone, checking her
Give
messages,
it
asking her to account for every
turkey.
minute of her day. She'd been making excuses for his controlling behavior
Oh
for
my
months, but the
god,
wedding was
no
apparently when it all clicked for
cabbage.
her. They're getting
No,
divorced now.
you can't be kidding me. When I want to cook something, there's no cabbage, there's no
I got
nothing.
upset that my
I'll
sister's
have to
fiancé
cook
pulled me
bacon
aside
and
and put me
eggs
down at their wedding.
all
My sister Jenna's
again.
always been the one feeling like a failure at 5 years old. When I
I'm
started
just
wrestling in
gonna
middle school because I thought it would finally
be
make them
like,
proud, my dad spent every
no,
match telling me what Ethan would have done
I
differently.
need
But
an
I quit
egg.
because I hated it. My mom said Ethan never gave up on anything. That's the difference between you two. Every birthday, every holiday, every family dinner had a ghost at the table that I could never compete with. Ethan's bedroom stayed exactly the way he left it, a shrine with his trophies on the shelves and his varsity jacket still hanging in the closet. Last month I drove home for the annual memorial dinner and stayed in my old
Just
bedroom down the
gonna
hall
do
from his. I
this
couldn't
and
sleep because I kept thinking about how exhausting it was to do this every single
so
year. And I found myself standing in front of
exhausting.
his door without really deciding to go
I
there. For the
really
first
have
time in
to
my
cook
life, I
all of
turned the
this.
handle and went inside by
Oh,
myself.
you're
Behind his
being
wrestling gear, I found
serious.
a
Now
box
I
that
need a
looked like it
knife
hadn't been touched since the day he
to
died. Inside were journals filled with Ethan's handwriting. I took them back to my room and
cut the
started reading,
inside.
expecting more proof of his
Take
perfection.
out.
The first few entries were normal enough, but then I got to his sophomore year, and the
And
tone changed
just
completely.
go.
Page after page detailed his system for cheating his way through every
Yeah,
class, and I
just
realized the straight A
gonna
student had
get
never earned a
the
single grade honestly. Junior year was
double
worse. Ethan
and
wrote
get
about our
that.
parents like they were strangers he couldn't stand, calling them fake and saying he couldn't wait to disappear forever. Then I got to the last journal, the one from the month he died, and everything fell apart. Ethan wrote about parties, about drinking, about taking Dad's car out late at night. His final entry was dated the night of the accident, and he wrote about how he'd drive home no matter how much he drank, because he always made it back fine. My brother wasn't killed by a tragic accident. He killed himself being reckless, and my parents had to have known. They paid for a sealed police report and spent my whole life punishing me for not living up to a lie. Then the memorial dinner came, and my mom gave her annual speech about what an angel Ethan was. She looked right at me and said, "I wish I could say all my children made me this proud." Something snapped, and I stood up and told everyone I had something to share about Ethan. The table went quiet as I held up the journal and asked if they wanted to know what their perfect Ethan was really like. I read the entries about cheating, and my mom said I was making it up. I read the parts where Ethan wrote about how much he hated them, and she said I was sick for forging a dead boy's handwriting. Then I read the last entry about drinking and driving home anyway, and I asked how their perfect son really died that night. My mom slammed her hand on the table and said it was a tragic accident, and she wouldn't let me rewrite history because I was jealous of a dead 16-year-old. That's when my dad started sobbing, this deep shaking cry that made everyone uncomfortable. He looked at me and said he was driving drunk. That's how he died. The whole table went still. He said they paid to keep it out of the report because they couldn't stand people knowing Ethan made a mistake, and my mom called him a traitor. My dad looked at her and said, "We've been choosing Ethan over him for 10 years, and look what it did." He stormed out, and half my relatives
Okay,
followed while my dad
now
sat there
just
with
need
his
to
head in his hands.
do
The annual memorial dinners stopped after that night. My mom sends me emails sometimes, long ones about how I tore the family apart and how Ethan would be ashamed of me, and I delete them without responding.
I get
My dad
2
and I
meals
used to
because
talk
I'm
when he
the
was
one
in the
that's
city, and we don't
cooking
talk
the
about
food.
Ethan or my mom or any of it because there's nothing left to say. I spent 20 years competing with a ghost, and it turns out the ghost was just a story my parents told themselves, so they didn't have to face what really happened. I'm done competing now. On the 10-year anniversary of
I'm
my
getting
death, my
2
mom...
foods, 2 meals. I'm literally making myself suffer. It's like, oh, this. Like, nope, you're not making me not eat only 1 meal. Like, no, are you crazy? No.
My son's teacher called and said, "Your son punched a girl today." I said, "Good." She hung up before I could explain why. The phone call lasted 11 seconds. Mrs. Burnett expected me to apologize. I could hear it in her voice. That prepared disappointment teachers use when they're about to lecture a parent about their child's behavior. She said, "Your son punched a girl today like she was reading a felony charge." I said, "Good." Dead silence. Then she called me disgusting and hung up. I didn't call back. I grabbed my keys and headed to the school. I already knew what happened. Brendan had been telling me about Diego for weeks. The kid with the
Wait,
stutter who
John,
sits
stop.
alone at
Let
lunch.
us
The
ask
kid
him
Brendan
that.
started eating with because nobody else. Your son admitted to striking a female student. We have a zero tolerance policy for violence. Did he tell you why? The why doesn't matter. We can't have
Okay,
students taking
no,
matters into their own
I'm
hands.
just
That's when I pulled
listening
out my
on
phone.
all
Brendan sent me this
devices.
from the nurse's
I'm
office.
like
I turned it around.
trying to make
A
me
photo of
suffer without
Diego,
my
black
phone.
eye,
It's
busted
like
lip,
I don't
tear
know,
streaks on
take
his
our
face.
phone when you
That's
want
the
to
kid
sleep.
Bethany was
We
beating
have
up
a
when my son
bedtime.
intervened. Bethany's mom scoffed. That could be
Whatever.
from anything.
Just
I swiped to the next image. A screenshot of a text from another student. Someone recorded the whole
phone.
thing. Already sent it to me. I hit play. The video was shaky but clear. Bethany shoving Diego.
Yeah,
Diego trying to walk away. Bethany grabbing him,
just
punching
gonna
him
eat by
twice. Diego
myself.
covering his face. Then Brendan stepping in, pushing Bethany back. Bethany swinging
Yeah,
at
I'm
Brendan.
gonna join
Brendan
for some
blocking it. One
chicken.
punch to stop her. The audio caught everything. Bethany's voice.
Oh.
What are you gonna do, snitch?
I'm
Nobody
just
cares
gonna-
about the retard. I stopped the video. Bethany's parents were frozen. Principal Owens closed his folder. Mrs. Burnett still wouldn't look at anyone.
Yeah,
My
I'm
son
just
reported this 3 times, I said. To his teacher, to the
gonna
counselor,
get
to the vice
this.
principal. Nobody did anything, so he did. I
This
stood up. Now,
here
about that
is
zero tolerance policy,
mine.
you want to tell me which one of you is getting
What
fired
was
for
it?
ignoring months of abuse? The room stayed
Are you
quiet.
there?
I didn't wait for an answer. Found Brendan in the nurse's office with an ice pack on his knuckles. Diego was sitting next to him, still
Yes.
shaking.
What
You in
else?
trouble?
Yes.
Brendan
Yes.
asked. Nope, neither are you. His shoulders dropped. First time he relaxed all day. I looked at Diego. You okay, kid? He nodded. Then, real
Oh,
quiet,
this
he
is
said,
so
thank
good.
you for raising him. I didn't have words for that. Just nodded and looked at my son. Come on, we're getting burgers. Diego's mom called me that night,
so good.
crying.
I'm
Thank you.
watching
Said it was
TV.
the first time in months Diego came home
Okay.
stomaching. Bethany got suspended. Her parents stopped threatening to sue real quick after that video made rounds with the school board. And my son learned something.
Okay, and just gonna. Oh yeah, nobody wants to help her out right now, so I have to clean my clothes. What? Where are my clothes? Wait, what are my clothes doing there? Okay, so I'm just gonna get ready for the day. My bathroom. Okay, I'm done changing, and it's gonna be a bath for today. Yeah, a bath for today. Oh, I have to clean now. I'm just gonna make breakfast first. I don't care. It's hot. I'm hot. Oh my god. I'm just gonna cook. Wait, what? I'm hallucinating. What's going on? This food is real. Touching it. Wait, who's that? And why is the house so clean? Wow, I don't need to clean.
She called Daniel screaming that he was abandoning her, that Rachel was stealing her son, that if he married that woman, she'd never forgive him. He told her if she couldn't be supportive, she didn't hurt her.
Were you eating ice cream in the morning?
Daniel didn't know if she'd show up.
Oh, finally you want to be awake. I cooked and cleaned everywhere and that made a big meal for you guys. You can't even make something better for Christmas. Oh, thanks, honey, but you don't have to be so rude. Yeah, I don't care. I'm just tired. I want to eat everything. Girl, of course. Let's finish the ice cream.
Our mother sat there beaming, soaking in the attention. The ceremony was tense. Daniel stumbled over his
Yeah,
vows. Rachel's hands
I'm
were
just
shaking.
gonna use that here.
Our mother inserted herself into every single shot, standing between Daniel and Rachel, holding Daniel's arm, posing like she was a bride. The photographer kept trying to politely move her. She just moved right back. At the reception lunch, it got worse. Our
Let's
mother
just
held
eat our stuff.
loudly telling anyone who'd listen about how hard it is to let go of your son.
Yeah.
How she'll always be the most important woman in his life. Rachel was sitting at the head table, barely touching her food. Daniel looked miserable. I saw Rachel's maid of honor lean over and whisper something to her. Rachel just shook her head and smiled. That's when I decided I wasn't going to let this continue. We'd been served red wine with lunch. I walked up to the bar and asked the bartender to fill my glass to the absolute brim. I carried it carefully over to where my mother was sitting, surrounded by relatives listening to her monologue. I positioned myself right next to her chair. Then I tripped. The entire glass of red wine went directly onto her white dress. She screamed. I immediately dropped to my knees. Oh my god,
Girl.
I'm so sorry. I'm so clumsy. I can't believe I just did that. She was sputtering, furious. Wine dripping
Okay,
down the
we're
front of
gonna
her
wake
dress.
up soon.
You idiot. Look what you've done. I'm so sorry. Here, let me help. I grabbed napkins and started dabbing myself, making it worse.
Girl,
The semen spread
I
across the
think you
bottle.
should
Down
remove
the
that
stairs,
one.
soaking into the lace. It looked like a crime scene. It's
Yeah,
ruined,
good
she shrieked. Maybe you
point.
can rinse it
Like,
out in the
it's
bathroom?
so annoying when I'm
20 minutes
trying to get that
she came
alarm.
out looking even worse. The dress was soaked, stained, clinging to her. She grabbed her purse and stormed over to Daniel. I have to go home and change. This
Yeah,
is
let's
absolutely humiliating. She left.
have some
But then,
fun on
2
the
hours in
couch.
house, 4-hour round trip. The second she was gone, the entire energy shifted. Rachel's shoulders relaxed.
Yeah, whatever.
Daniel actually smiled. Guests started
Wait, let me
having
get the
fun. 10 minutes
controller.
later, my phone buzzed. Text
Of
from Rachel's maid of
course.
honor. You deserve an Oscar for that performance. Thank you. I texted back a wine glass emoji. Our mother didn't return until halfway through the reception.
It looks like someone here has hated her guts and decided to kill her. And this is where I step in. My name is
Okay. I'm so winning.
Wait, why am I collecting snow? This is a baking class. You want this to be the time of snow. Good. Now you can run inside. I'm running away. What are we doing with the snow?
Oh, fam, so the game is that game that man said that.
Said it's snow cream. Throw it away. You should be adding a warning label. All the brown snow, all the
Hello,
green
good evening,
snow, all
sir.
the blue snow, all the white snow.
I'm fine, sir.
Shut up. You just don't need snow. Be my
How are you, sir?
You only make it 3 days of the year.
Yes, my sister.
Okay, now I'm done showering. Just gonna wait something.
Something makes you happy.
Let you know if I
Is it possible to give my father phone number?
You just said it's snow cream. Only one thing left to do. Throw it away. Adding some whipped cream on top. You should be adding a warning label. I shouldn't have to remind you, but do not use the yellow snow. All the brown snow, all the green snow, all the blue
Because
snow,
I don't know
all the
why
white
things
snow.
don't get me, but I'll try it tomorrow morning, okay?
How about you just don't use snow? Time to take a bite. Be my guest. I'm not having any. Oh no.
This is absolutely divine and so easy to make.
You only make it 3 days of the year.
You know that if this guy tell me that where am I living from, I'll tell him where I'm living from. You know, I'll tell him where I'm living from. He will come here, but I don't care. Eh? Money. You know, I'll tell him where I'm living. I'll still tell him our house
Ghosted
rate.
me after her parents passed away, ignoring every
But
call
see,
and
I'm
letter.
just
Then one day she
that
messaged
looking
me
for a
saying
girlfriend.
family estate transferred to my name. When I refused, she showed up at my door with a lawyer. Nadia disappeared 3 years ago after her parents died.
Okay, whatever.
Car accident. I was devastated. We weren't just uncle and niece. We were genuinely close. I'd helped raise her since she was 8. Timestamp
So
showing 3
that's
years
the
ago.
game.
The video showed Nadia sneaking
Eh?
out of her parents' house around 2 a.m.
Mhm.
She wasn't.
Okay, now I'm just gonna go with the siblings.
Pulling out another document. This is a police report I wrote 3 years ago.
Oh wow! I feel like Mrs. Betty finally wants to come. You take like so long to get
Something
me.
makes me happy. You want to ask me something.
Okay.
Jewelry worth 30,000, the coin collection, cash, electronics. I documented everything after I realized someone had been in the house. The lawyer was fully packing up now. Nadia, we need to leave now. Some people show their true colors when
I
tragedy
hope
strikes.
this other
Nadia
big
chose me first.
technique.
My niece ghosted me after her parents passed away, ignoring every call and letter. Then one day she messaged me, hey, I need your family estate transferred to my name. When I refused, she showed up at my door with a lawyer. Nadia disappeared 3 years ago after her parents died in a car accident. I was devastated. We weren't just uncle and niece, we were genuinely close. I'd helped raise her since she was 8 when my brother went through his
Yeah, I'm
divorce.
just
She
gonna
spent every summer at my place. Christmas mornings.
It's like so many. Don't you get me
I
started.
kicked my daughter out of her own 16th birthday party. 3 days before her birthday party, my daughter burst through the front door sobbing so hard she could barely breathe. She collapsed into my arms shaking. Mom, Aubrey is telling everyone at school that I'm fake and that nobody should come to my party. Aubrey is my sister's daughter, which makes her my daughter's cousin.
Mom,
and
you're
the two
so
girls used to be
weak.
inseparable,
No, I'm
but
not.
something changed this year. I held her face in my hands. I'll fix it for you. She looked up and gave me this smile that made my stomach flip because it didn't look sad at all. It looked like she had already won. I knew you would take my side. You always believe everything I say. The night of the party, I noticed
So
my daughter
many,
glancing
girl.
toward the back bench
Hey,
with a
Mom.
smirk on her face. I followed her gaze and saw Aubrey standing there alone
You
with her arms
shouldn't
wrapped
be
around
so
herself. My sister was across the
competitive
yard and
with
she
your
wouldn't even look at me.
mother.
I hadn't spoken to her
How
since I
dare
screamed into
you,
the phone 3
little
days ago,
girl?
calling Aubrey a jealous brat. She tried to tell me something was wrong, but I hung up on her. I watched my daughter whisper something to her friends, and they all turned toward Aubrey laughing.
Hey,
One
you
of them
better
pointed.
go
They
to
started walking toward
school.
my niece, but my daughter stepped right in front of me. Don't bother with her.
Oh.
She's just being dramatic. Nobody even wants her here. I pulled my
You don't
arm
even
back.
have
Checking
school
on your
today,
cousin. Her smile twitched.
Elmo.
Fine. I walked across the grass, and Aubrey flinched when she heard me coming. Sweetheart, are you okay? She wouldn't look up, and her hands were trembling. I just want to go home. Her voice cracked. And that's when I noticed she was digging her nails into her palms so hard there were little red crescents in her skin. Before I could
Okay.
ask why my sister grabbed my arm and yanked me behind the garage, her face was
You
white.
gotta
I
go
went through
touch
Aubrey's
some
phone this morning.
grass.
There's a group chat with 40 kids.
Yo,
She was acting
whatever,
against her will
Mom.
and too ashamed to tell anyone. You need to see this. I took the phone from her hand and looked down, and my whole
Gonna
body
be
felt
scrolling
cold. Suddenly, Aubrey, my
Instagram.
daughter created